Hello everyone, welcome back to Rusty's Restoration. It's officially fall here in the northern area of the country, and today I'll be giving you an update on what's going to be going on with the projects and with the channel through the train sounds, apparently, through the fall and winter here. I don't know if you can see, but you can see my breath right now. So let's go through all the projects and let's go through the plan over the next few months of what's going to be going on with the channel. First off, we got one of the channel favorites here is the 41 Buick Super. I really like this old girl. She's a classy car. As you saw in videos, we got the bumper, all that peeling chrome off. We polished up the grill as best as possible. I mean, it's pitted all to heck and the rust is coming back, but it looks way better than it did. We did all the caps and rings. We did all that. We cleaned up, repainted, and stickered a bunch of stuff here in the engine bay. Come to the inside, we completely gutted the interior, except for that rear seat. That one I'm having issues getting out. Took all the mouse nests out, cut out most of the rust problems, and you haven't seen this yet, but I went ahead and cut out floor metal just so I have it, so I can start shaping it and making it fit properly. I do still have to do A-pillars and the body mount that runs right here. I have to fix all that and then fix down here before I can put these in, because obviously I won't be able to get to it after. There's some rust back here. There's a little bit along the rocker here. The rocker needs to be patched or replaced. And then you haven't seen this yet, but now I'm going to show you anyway. I went ahead and got this rear passenger side fender off. And we have a good bit of rot. You can see right into the trunk here. But I took this off for winter. More on that in a little bit. Also got all the windows working, the locks working properly with the key, the vent windows working, the little vent locks working. We had the top end apart. We made sure the valve train all worked properly. We stuck a jump pack on it and it turned over. It didn't fire because we have no gas. I didn't have the right battery. We didn't have a gas tank. Sorry, no, we didn't have any gas. We didn't have a gas tank. I didn't have a 6-volt battery. It was on a 12. I was just tapping it. We cleaned that up. I put a new valve cover gasket. And that's it for the engine bay. I gave it its first wash in probably 15, 12 years. I left this fender on just because the shelter ends right here, so I don't want the snow going into the trunk through here. And yes, we will get a lot of snow. That's another reason for this whole video here. There's the Buick. So I've only had this car for 6 months maybe. But with all the other projects and everything going on, I have gotten some done, but not nearly as much as I thought I would. I found a lot more rust than I figured. As per usual, I should be used to that by now. But it is what it is. She's still one of my favorite rigs. Eventually, we got the 52 International panel van. This year, what I did on that was I took the nose off, I cleaned up some of the engine bay, took the hood off, took the nose off, built the visor. In here, I repaired the rocker, repaired the floor on the driver's side. I had that huge area with all the lead and the rust and everything. Got all the lead stripped out, hammered out most of the dents back here, cut out all the rust, made a patch panel, welded it in. Still hasn't rusted up in probably 2 months. So that's all set. This dent here is 98% gone, so that's good. I fixed that hinge last year. Still have to weld up the back of the panel there where I cut it out so I could do all the metal shaping and everything, but I'm probably going to leave that open for now just so I can shoot some cavity wax or something back there and try to seal everything up. Plus, if you look down below, that is all still open. That needs a patch down there, and I'm probably going to patch that little hole right there. A lot of extra parts, and look, there's the Buick fender. I also pulled off the passenger door to bring it inside the shop, and the driver's door is already in the shop, and the rust repair is already almost done on the driver's side door. I do have all the rust repair on the passenger side door to do. That's why it's in the shop. But you can see I got a lot of rust down here. I got rot in the rockers. I got rot back there. It's going to be a long project, but that's okay. It's okay because if you notice, a little red. I still drive this to work every day, and that is the engine donor for the 52 International panel van. I have a long, over an hour commute every day to work, so it makes more sense for me to drive this little V6 and get good gas mileage than to just rip it out and let it sit and wait for me to be ready to put it in the panel van. This is the 52 you've seen in the previous video. We already did the whole top and the mounting surfaces area on both sides. What I started doing, but I'm at a standstill now, is I started patching down below, bringing the curvature back out where it needs to be. Hopefully you'll see that in another video, but it's kind of a toss-up right now of what's going on. That needs it. Needs some in the front here. Needs it right there. And needs a big old one down here on the passenger side. Property cleanup is taking some of my time as well. This used to be 2 wood piles, one down below, one up above on the property here. And I went through and I cleaned it all out, pulled all this brick and cinder blocks out, stuff to go through that, which is a bunch of oak and red oak and hardwood. Go through that, find out what's good, keep what's good, get rid of what's not good, and then finish cutting into this area and making that flat, because the 67 International, which will be the next one I'll show you, is going to park right there for the winter. There's a pallet of scrap. That's all going to go, but that's also taking up some of my time. Another big thing that's taken up a lot of pops in my time is this. This is my 06 F-150. Yes, it has the 5.4 liter Triton V8, and that's exactly why it's taking all of our time. You see, once these motors hit 100,000 miles, they need the cam phaser job, they need the timing set change, they need top end all looked at, and that's exactly what we did here. We pulled everything off of this engine, we changed the entire timing set, we pulled all the roller followers out, checked them all. What else we did? We did all the cam phasers, we did the self-tensioners, we did tensioner pulley, we did an idler pulley. We have to do transmission cooler lines, we have to do a fuel pump, we have to do a leaf spring, we have to figure out why the AC doesn't work, and that we're still working on it. It already took up a bunch of our time, but we need it. This is one of the plow trucks on the property, so we need to get it going, and it's going to take up even more of our time before the snow flies. Sadly, I didn't do too much with the 67 this year. I messed with the patina paint a little bit, as you can see here. Try to get it to match with the cab a little better. But other than that, she sat most of the year. I do need to figure out wheels and tires for it. It is a International Harvester Big 6 lug with the lock rings, so that's what's tripping me up. I have tires for it. It's just the wheels, they're a weird pattern. They have lock rings on them, so not a lot of people want to work on them. So that's been tripping me up. I do have a fuel pump for it, mechanical fuel pump to replace the old one, so that can get rid of the electrical pump that pushes too much, has too much of a capacity. I need to go through brakes, I need a battery, I need a fuel tank. What else I'm thinking? I need one little piece of metal on the rocker, on the passenger side, I believe, to finish that rocker. I need to mount the seat. I need to do all the electrical. And I think that's it. Hopefully she can be on the road again. But that's where the 67 sits. Next in line is Pop's C10 project. So, as you've probably seen on the channel, what he's done is cab corners. He's done outer rockers and cab corners on both sides. He cut the floor out completely. Got most of the firewall out. And he's got it lifted up on this old scaffolding trestle. I don't know what you want to call it. I know it's scaffolding, but I don't know what they call it, crib or something. So he can go ahead and back the Tahoe underneath it. The Tahoe is up over here. You saw in the video, we cut everything related to the Tahoe off except for the dash, the firewall, the radiator support, and then all the running gear is all still there. We slapped his bed on just to sit. Freya's crazy. Freya, what are you doing? Hi. Hiya, goober. Hi. What you doing? Huh? What you doing? Freya. Slapped the bed on just to sit. Filled it with Tahoe parts that we couldn't sell yet. I think there's still some up for sale. This thing runs and drives. Needs a little bit of engine help. It doesn't run great, but that'll be in the future as well. So I covered up trying to keep the snow and the rain and everything out. So we might move this down to where the cab is and try to get the cab set on it before the snow. But with everything else going on, we don't know if we're gonna have time to do that before the snow flies. But not least, 73 Datsun 620 four-wheel drive. That's lifted. Can you stop making noise? Huh? Freya, you noodle. Stop making noise. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing, weirdo? Hey. What we did on this, as you saw in the video, was we pulled the old engine. I bought a replacement engine that's in the shop. We got that replacement engine running on a 1 bowl full in the carburetor. It ran pretty good, so if I put a tank on it, do a little bit of tuning, it should run good. That's pretty much what we did this year. I can open it up. You can see nice and empty in there. I will start cleaning out this engine bay, fixing up some of the rust like here in the battery tray, down below in the inner fenders, and then move my way to the cowl where the hood hinges are. It's obviously rotted out in there like most 620s are, but but I'm gonna clean up the engine bay. Don't know if I'll do any of it this year, but that's the plan. I'll take you back down to the shop and show you what's going on in the shop. So you may know, but this is the entirety of our indoor shop space that we have to work with. It's a mess, we gotta clean it up. But this table here, that's from the timing job. Working on a chair for mom. I got the old Everlast welder off in the corner. My toolbox. All of the miscellaneous toolboxes. You got the furnace back there, so we get a little bit of heat in the winter, but really not much. Alright, so what's in here is the 252 international doors that need rot work down the bottom. That's what this piece of steel is for on the passenger side. Driver's side is mostly done, but it needs some rot work near the hinges. If I can show you here. All that right there. I need to fix all of that. Dad's front fenders for his C10 are in here. The Buick fender is going to come in here. The Datsun replacement motor is right here. The old Datsun motor is right there. Got to clean all this. These are the templates for the 52 panel van front fenders, those lower areas that have all the rust that need to be fixed. Templates for the Buick floor. It's kind of a mess in here. I need to clean it all up. Bunch of steel for plow stuff. My toolbox needs to be cleaned. Our good old friend Mr. Krabs right there. But yeah, this is all of the space we have to work with through all of the winter months. And we can only pull off so many parts or else it fills up the shop and we don't have room to work. So what our plan is through the winter months is we have a little bit, not a whole lot of footage saved up right now, just because we've been trying to keep videos coming out for you guys at least once a week. Dad and I have been swapping off. 1 week you see C10 stuff, 1 week you see one of my projects, Buick, the Internationals, or the Datsun. But we're running out of footage and the snow is coming quickly. We have a lot of projects to do around the house and the property, or the houses and the property, before the snow flies. So we got to work on that. We're going to try to keep working on the projects and getting videos out to you guys. But I just wanted to let you know that there may be some weeks that nothing comes out. And I'm sorry for that, but this is our first year doing YouTube, and we don't really know what's going on. We appreciate all 248, 247 of you guys for subscribing. Thank you so much. We have 70 videos out on the channel, and we're working on more right now. our content right now is kind of spotty because we kind of jump between different things, between all the projects on the properties, between other projects. I recently ran out of sheet metal, other than that piece right there for the 52 panel van doors, which is already called for. So little patches and stuff are gonna have to wait till we get more sheet metal in, which hopefully will be soon. We gotta contact some people about that. But through the winter months, we're gonna kind of play it by ear. We're gonna try to keep getting content out for you guys. But this is our first year. We don't really know what's in store for us yet. So I want to thank you all for coming along for the ride in our first season of working on our cars and trying to figure out this whole YouTube thing and making videos and editing and all this fun stuff. So thank you for coming along, and please let us know what you think in the comments about our channel, our content, anything. Give us tips, tricks, pointers, anything you can do. Anything you'd like to see on the channel with any of the projects or anything. But just wanted to do a quick update on what's in store over the next few months. Hopefully we can ramp up into full gear again come springtime when the snow goes away. But that's where she sits right now. Thanks for watching.